Hello, all you sexy, beautiful human souls, divine souls, that is. Welcome to Center of Light Foundation. Om Sri Saram Guru Deva Datta. Lots of things are happening. Energy is moving. We are moving. We are grooving to a drum. At least I am. Get you some. Yum, yum. It's that guy Dano's. Yum, yum. Get you some. I want to share something with you. I want to care, prayer, and dare something with you. I go through these phases. Some years ago, I might have done a presentation theme for a month, and they turn over, and sometimes I'll throw a miscellaneous in the middle of all that. I have a new theme. We're going to get to that. I want to say hi to everybody. You might be able to tell if you're a regular offender here. Hello. Give me 1 second. Let me check something. I'm going to try something with the lighting. This is a little dark. All right, let me get back to my business. That was a test for future presentations. If you are a frequent offender here, you notice that the last 3 or 4 of my presentations, there's like this extra added joy resounding, abounding within me. This is what tonight is about. And I want to hand you a beautiful flower. A rose represents love, power. Love is power. But you have to know how to handle this rose. If not, you can prick yourself. But do you dare, after your first prick, to ever pick it up again? So you can smell that sweet fragrance of divinity. Or because you got stuck the first time, you're going to put it down, never to try. You're just no longer interested. Well, if you're interested in smelling the sweet fragrance of your divine mother's bosom, pick up the rose carefully. Treat your mom carefully, intentfully. That is really what tonight's presentation is about, is intent. To a level, I'm truly discovering the depth of what that audible vibration is intended to do. It done it to me. Tonight, we, you, I, rhyme, reason, because why, are going to be speaking about, listening about, being about. I'm changing. Dear Lord, it's time. Flip the God switch. Is there a switch inside of us that we simply can flip and have the light come on? Flip the God switch. Flip implying you're going to have to be turned inside out, upside down. All of it. All of it. Let me acknowledge those sexy human souls. Dana Trotta in the YouTube arena. Dawn. Hi, Dawn. Hello, Andrea. Rena. Rena, are you back home, dear? Please, dear Lord. Mary. Please feel free to share this. Please share this. Is there a switch in all of us? I can only speak for myself, and because if it exists in me, it has to exist in you. Deep inside, we're all the same. If you think your life is complete confusion, because you never made the grade, just remember it's a grand illusion. Deep inside, we're all the same. It's a game. I'm getting close to the light switch. My hand is on it. I just don't have the pushing power yet to flip it. Well, I want to share this with you. The God switch. what you know about you is going to die. That's the scary, most beautiful part about it. No doubt about it. What if I told you that I, meaning for me, and want to exemplify, share this with you. What if I told you that I found a shortcut on the divine desktop? Would you click on it? Rather, would you click on it? Do you have it in you to do so? If so, boot up and be ready to bring your soul online. There is a switch inside all of us, and I'm getting close to mine. I have my hand on it, and I can feel it. You're fumbling around in the dark, right? Your bedroom, it's at night, and you got to get up to go pee. You know your bedroom well, but still in all, you're feeling around the walls, and that's the picture, and that's the light switch. Well, you know when you're on the light switch as to why you're able to flip it. I'm on the light switch. Or am happy to assume so. There's a switch inside all of us, and I am close to mine. Here we go. Tonight's overview, true message is really about intention. Really about intention. As I mentioned just a bit ago, but it's beyond what we think intention is. I'm going to clarify that in just a little bit. Prayer. Well, Keith, I've been praying all of my life. Fantastic. I get it. So have I. What I'm saying, there's something else. Well, for example, call up what prayer is to you, right? It's this wonderful quality of this, that, and the others, and all these wonderful components that make up what we know as prayer. Okay, now let's look at that as an item. That's what we call prayer. I'm saying intention is there's something else. Wow. It's doing a number on me. There is something else that is all that opened up to infinity squared. Prayer with intent of samadhi. I want nothing but to be in this space with all that is good forever in this place to receive that grace. That is the intention that will bring the universe, God, itself to you. With this intent I am describing, the willing to die, the willing to truly surrender, to lose yourself to where you no longer exist. And there is only one will, and it ain't what you thought was yours. Prayer with intent of samadhi, union with God, is the flashlight that will help you see your way through the dark of it. I feel good. I feel better than I have in a long... I've always felt good, but it's like something has become erect in me, in my va, my backbone. Ya, na, va. My va is standing up strong like bull. I feel it. The internet is up and running, and souls are beginning to come back online. This is not just spiritual jargon to make a metaphorical point for a cool presentation. What I am saying literally, from my time in the union with God in samadhi, under my covers, God and I are lovers. The internet is up and running, and souls are beginning to come back online. There's prayer as we know, but there's something else. The souls of everything are coming back online. We have it easier now than whoever had it way back when, in the dark ages. Because there is the power of the awakening many. that's creating this downhill momentum. This is what is changing the game right here, right now. The internet is up and running and souls are beginning to come back online. I am done. I loved it and I still do, but I have to have a discipline about me. I'm done with conspiracy theories. I will do it for my own entertainment quickly and be done because I get my jollies. I don't want to delve in that arena anymore. As a teacher, I may do presentations that use this as a way shower, but you can bet I'm going to make it not about the that, but the this that it brought us to. I'm done with conspiracy theory, 5G, chemtrails, the Ronage being true or not, the this being true or not, etc., etc., etc. I'm done with all that. And it's paying off. I feel so joyful with everything I'm going to share in this presentation with you tonight. If you choose to step onto this path, the aftermath of what is coming is what we have all been seeking for eons. All that conspiracy theory stuff, even world dictatorship, dictation, world news, and it's all noise. It is complete noise. It has no bearing on your potential now. Your soul is coming back online. And what could possibly stop that? If you choose. I have a lot. What I would like to suggest, no matter who you are, no matter how well endowed we think we may be, we get so comfortable in our zone, we overlook the things that we should own, which is our harsh, abrasive type of qualities. For some, they complain about everything. Some complain once in a while. If you want to better yourself, good is better, better is best kind of thing. Take an overview, get out of the noise of the world because it will pull you in like a current, like a roach you threw in the toilet and you flushed it. He can't get out of the event horizon. Well, if you don't want to be the roach and be flushed down the commode, if you will, stop complaining. Heal your pain. Many people are actually crying. Many people are actually crying behind their laughter. That's why when you see these posts of the balloons and the thises and the Ronage and all this is and the that, and they're making these posts with laughy faces, I get it. It's a way of trying to heal that which is painful and fearful. Many people are crying behind their pseudo laughter. Do something about the parts of you that need your love, nurturing, and attention. If you do, you will then no longer need to laugh to cover your wounds, but will cry in joy from all that comes out of it. I would love you to try this process, however long it takes, depending on your intention and sincerity. That's a good word to put as a lifter in this presentation right here. Sincerity, I mean it. That is the intention in and of itself. The sincerity. That is the intention, it's the sincerity. I'm ready to die. I'm ready to lose what I think is all good, right, wrong, and out of down for my own self-satisfactory salvation. I would love to know your results in the future if this is something you would like to be a part of. There is a switch, you spiritual, God-loving witch that lives in all of us. It's called the Christ principle, the Buddhic consciousness, the Krishnic consciousness, all that is good. It doesn't matter the name. It's the flavor of the ice cream cone. And it can be nothing other but delicious and spiritually nutritious as it pulses through your entire being. Wow! I want to share with you shortly my process of how this is working for me. But I offer to you, you can put your own spin on it. You have your own way of making your gumbo or your soup or your sandwich, whatever it is for you. You got to forgive me. I've been weeping all day. Gonna be right back. Song break. Got a lot more for you on opening the gate. Some of the messages I've been getting from Swamiji. I'm such a blessed man. We're such blessed beings to be in this proximity of this spiritual magnetic field of this avatar. It's like, just because you have a cell phone, you are the cell phone. And the tower would be Swamiji or Jesus, your deity. That which you know is your anchor. And your tower of power, whether you think you need a guru as a person or as an idea or not, you need something to anchor to, without which your cell phone has no signal. You have no signal, no conscious connection to anything that's trying to reach. Well, it's actually already in touch with us, or are we truly consciously in touch with it? And when we do that and we get lit, then it can intercept, interfere. And this way is a good word. Interfere sounds like a negative. No, I wanted to interfere to my experience, to remove the fear from entering in me. That's the most difficult part. Ironically, we hold on to the fear more than the love, which is sort of a fear in and of itself, because when push came to shove all those years ago, we were taught and or crammed down our throats to levels of that we choked, that love is not what we were taught it is at all. So when you have something, big or small, come into your life that represents everything that can possibly be, ever was, is now, or ever possibly, or maybe in the experience of infinity, which is nothing. But that image would look something, at least for me, like this. It's illumined. It's balanced. It's looking into your soul from a picture. It's divine. It's heavenly. Everything about it. Even if it was painted by someone out of just their own imagination. This is intention. It's not hard. In fact, the harder, the more effort you put into it, the further away you are exponentiating yourself truly from it. Lay in your bed or before you go to sleep. This is not per se a meditation, but it is. Or praying, but it is. And both of those. It's both of those together to where, all right, right now I'm meditating and being quiet. And right now I'm praying and being vocal, if you will. It's those. And those cancel each other out. And when you find yourself in the center spot of all that, you will find yourself as the one doing it and the one listening at the same time. That is when you know that kundalini in your back is going to start moving, because you fell into pure intention, pure prayer. There's no utterance coming from my imaginative lips. I'm in the zone. It may start off as your favorite mantra. Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta. Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta. Or Jesus the Lord, the Christ, come into me and fulfill me. Whatever it is that makes you feel like this is your gasoline to power your train to Ascensionville. You stay with that intention, and then things will begin to shift. We have it easier now than those before us in the past. So everyone's soul, via your lower backbone, all the way hopefully to the top of your head, if it gets crazy for you, you need to contact me or someone who knows about kundalini energy to help you with it, because it's the most potent, it is the most dangerous. Not as, oh my God, it's dangerous. No, anything is used in a powerful way can benefit your life. A car is a phenomenal thing. You start driving a car at 90 miles an hour at night when it's foggy, then you're jacking around and you put yourself in an unconscious situation that'll bring about an unconscious result. It's time. It's there. Your loved ones, your deceased loved ones are there. My mother, the Divine Mother, the Kundalini energy itself, has been expanding my back. These beings are ready to talk to you. Close your eyes. Go into a space beyond prayer and meditation more than you've ever known. Well, how would I do that if I don't know what it is? That's the task for all of us. Jump out of a perfectly good airplane. Lose yourself to find all of everything that is you. That's why those beings will show up and start talking to you, because you've pierced the veil at last, which is ever so thin. Dear Lord, we are all blessed. Song break, gonna be right back. I'm thinking. Helping people. Help yourself first. Help others beyond the helping you've ever known before. Find deeper layers. Find the depth of what true helping is in your helping, if you have not found that yet already. And if you have, please send me an email and tell me what it is exactly that you're doing.
Making one of 100,000,000 pieces, making one of each and every heart, giving one love like you really mean it, seeing one in each other every day. Loving one is how to get to heaven. Sharing one, the love that you are. Hearing one, that little voice inside. Being one with all the people. Teaching one all the children about love. Lives to make a difference, caring for one who really needs a friend, opening one to truth that they see, lifting one kindness, receiving one, love that's your gift. Think as one, ends the separation. Being one saves the world. Teaching one all the children about love. Finding one your own peaceful heart. Causing one to feel peace too. And that's the way.
Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. I'm telling you, dear Lord, it is my blessed opportunity to tell you that we are the tribe and we are the nation. I'm going to give you a gift that I've been doing for ever, but I've found out there's something deeper. Let's get right to it. Tonight's presentation is flip the God switch. There's a switch in all of us. It's a realization. It's simply a realization. It can happen in anyone's life at any moment. But if you want to ensure the quickness of it, we do meditation. We do the sadhanas, the spiritual practices, the prayers and meditation, all the ceremonies. We do all these things to hasten its arrival. But there's a switch. Someone tells you a joke and you don't get it. Someone tells you a joke and you don't get it, and someone tells you a joke for the third time, and you go, ah, that's enlightenment. Aha, amen, ah, one of the famous syllables of God, ah, it's always ah. I would like to share with you before getting into the meat and potatoes is stay away from negativity. Of course, that's a spiritual requisite. Stay away from negativity. When I do my social media recreation, as soon as I get to a TikTok and it goes into conspiracy, I'm done. I heard them all. I'm done. Negativity. I turn off the TV. One of the most hypnagogic states of the human psyche, in this human psyche, is mainstream media. You got to get away from it. Yes, inform yourself enough to understand there may be a gnarly big dog behind a tree that will bite you if you did not know that he was there. I get that. Beyond that, put it down, leave it alone, walk away. Tragic events are coming. There's nothing you can do except be the best you that you can. The longer you stay in it, the bad news in the world, the more it has its own in you. It will own you. You own it. You have to own it. It's yours. That's your experience. So what I'm saying is when something powerfully negative happens in the world, don't be out of sight and out of mind of it. That's not it at all. But rather see it as take it in sight, transform it again, then leave it alone and move on. You've done all that you could to bless such people involved with said event or whatever it may be. This is what I'm going through, and I would like to share this with you. Hopefully that if you would like to try this, make it your own, however you need to spin it to win it, Stay in touch with me daily. Send me an inbox. Email at keithanthonyblanchard@gmail.com. Hey Keith, this is what's happening for me. Memoirs of a Mystic. Om Sri Saram Gurudeva Datta. This is the mantra I use to contact the Supreme Lord of the universe. This has been exactly my experience for the last month-ish. Almost every day I go into prayer, as I mentioned earlier, beyond what I know prayer is. My intention and my willingness to die, even physically if that's what it takes. But it's not really about that. But to die unto myself, to die unto God. Almost every day I go into prayer for hours at a time and recite the mantra above, Om Sri Saram Gurudeva Datta. In my bed with covers over my head and lose myself into the divine. Only to find myself in a greater bliss than I have ever known. And I don't ever want to leave that space. In that space of samadhi, union with God, I have no intentions whatsoever but to merge. Scary. It can be. I'm learning to fully surrender. I'm changing inside. I feel it. My lower back pulses with kundalini fire of Divine Mother. And brother, let me tell you, this type of devotion will bring the ocean of light into you, working its way to the top of your head as it moves up through your backbone. As to why you see Christed or sainted beings with halos. This energy begins to move up your backbone. The caduceus, the medical staff. You will feel it. To bring about conscious union with the soul. There is a discomfort that comes with this program. Because you see, when you have such energy, an energy effulgent with 10,000 suns, the body, or the bodies, the mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual, they begin to squirm around a lot. So people around you are going to ask you why you're doing what you're doing, because you're going to be doing this. It feels like a very dull kidney stone. It doesn't hurt. It's not really an ache, but it makes you move around. So what I'm saying basically is, I am becoming that very sacred name I have been chanting. Om Sri Saram Gurudeva Datta. I am not special. I am just sincere. That's the intention. What I just read you as a way of describing this umbrella idea of what is happening for me for the last month. I've never heard of this sainted being. Well, I may have, but it's Ramana Maharishi. And he posted this, and this is what is transpiring with me. So this is basically a validation for me and to you if you choose to go along with this program and implement this. And how can you lose? I mean, you're going inside so far with your Christ or your Buddha or your whatever it is for you, and you're willing to merge. There's nothing else but beauty that can come out of it, through it, from it, in it. When a person has realized a universal life current takes possession of him, and he becomes an instrument in its hands, his own separate will is gone. That's the death. This is the real self-surrender. This is the highest kundalini, the cosmic divine energy. This is the real bhakti, devotion. This is jhana, yana, nana, however it's pronounced in that tongue. Knowledge of the self. Practice of meditation. Beyond meditation, but meditation in the common contemporary senses. Meditation. I'm talking about something else that's way deeper than that. It's not a practice, it's not an art, it's not a lifestyle. In In fact, we're trying to lose our life here to gain eternal life, divine life, in this way. Practice of meditation. Truth is perfect and complete in and of itself. It is not something newly discovered. It has always existed. Truth is not far away. It's ever present. It is not something to be attained, since not one of your steps clads away from it. Well, it's really small print and it's blurry. Do not follow the ideas of others, even this idea. Do not follow it. You can use it as a catalyst to find your own path. Do not follow any ideas of others. The same God that lives in me, lives in you, lives in we. That is its individuality. That's why if there was only a need for one of us, only Jesus would have ever existed. It's pointless. That's the point of everybody else. It's pointful. It is not something that is attained since any of your steps in class. Okay, do not follow the ideas of others, but learn to listen to the voice within. That samadhi will spin you nicely, trust me. Your body and mind will become clear. Oh, my dear Lord, I just have to. Your body and mind will become clear. That crystal ball is heavy. Likewise, to get to the crystal vision, we have to lighten this heavy load. Your body and mind will become clear, and you will realize the unity of all things. The slightest movement, this is what I'm feeling now, this movement in my kundalini lower back region. The slightest movement of your dualistic thought, transcending that basically, will prevent you from entering the palace of, that's blurry, meditation and wisdom. The Buddha meditated for 6 years. God is so small and fragmented. The Bodhisattva for 9. The practice of meditation in this method is for attainment of realization. It is enlightenment itself. So what is going on for all of us, or at least potentially, if you choose to be such a one, is when you go into your rituals for the day, for the night, for the week, for the month, change its current vibration from this normal prayer and meditation to one of willing to discover the depth of what those models truly mean, all the way back to the source, to where meditation and prayer are not actually even separate. You're the one chanting, and you're the one listening. And this comes about through intention. Well, what intention is that? I can't tell you what that is. I can only ask that you see it move through me in some way that you understand and go, I see what he's trying to convey. And it's beyond conveying an idea. It's conveying an experience. And to the level that you believe that in this adherence that I am using as a quality is the level you will integrate what it is I'm truly offering. Proffering. It's stillness. Stop. And when we stop, that's when we truly begin. Go inside of yourself. Get out of the bullshit noise of your monkey-headed mind. I'm learning this dance myself. I'm learning how to fully surrender. It can be scary. It's the call for all of us, and we have no choice in the matter. Sadder or gladder, the door is among us. Flip. You're going to have to be turned inside out, head over heels, in love. The God switch. There's a switch in all of us. It could take eons, or it can take in the blink of a divine eye. My hand's on the switch, and I wouldn't switch it for anything. pun intended, and or not. What is this process? What does it feel like? Oh my God. I thought you would never ask. What does this process feel like? Well, like I said, you're being turned inside out. You can feel a furnace beginning to ignite in you. There's always a furnace in us. We go into meditation and prayer and we feel the spark, we feel the light, we feel the divinity, we feel our connection, our place in the universe and in the body. We get all that. When you go through this process I've been describing all night, you will feel the gas being turned up and ignited within you. There is a huge drive in you looking to fulfill the purpose of your destiny, fate, whatever you choose to deem it. You will feel this drive in you sexually as you have to carry this out sensually. Eventually, but there's no more eventually time left. This is the drive. You'll begin to feel alive inside of you. It's looking to fulfill its final purpose, your divine destiny. When you start this experience, this journey, this practice, if you will, you will not ever, never, ever, ever, forever, never, never want to leave. When you're in this level of samadhi, union with God, you don't want to leave. Yogis in the Himalayas, in the East mostly, they go into a cave and they're never coming out. They only eat food sparsely once a month, a few berries, no joke, if they have to, or to do whatever bodily business they need to. They don't ever want to leave. Well, Keith, does this require me to do that? No, but it's the same intention that I did mention quite a few times, that you bring to the altar, that you're willing to alter yourself. Wow. You will become erect, upright. You will feel so good. I'm feeling it. And my almost 60 years oldness, Andrea says, I see you're staying with it. She loves it. Mary says, it's a choice. Dawn says, indeed, energy is everything, including the mobile phone, to feel it and all these wonderful things. Kundalini balances the body through the soul. Thank you guys for participating. So what will I experience if I follow this possible direction that I can make my own? Because everyone's soul, by divine choice, will, is interfering, influencing, adhering to its very promise that we were told to make happen now. The internet is on. You can sign on the internet. The password is responsibility of power, intent, all these beautiful different passwords you can use. It's a multifaceted login system by your intention. Your password basically is intention, in what it is I'm intending to do with this power, this second, this minute, this hour. When you come online, you will come to experience what you thought is you begin to die. And will begin to experience the birth or rebirth of what and or who you actually are. And your level of knowing everything I just shared with you, that it is the truth, is another aspect of it. So you see, it's not about being a good person to reach God or the divine. It's not about that at all. That's why it's always been so forever elusive. It's about doing the work and dissolving your karmic darkness. What does that mean? It means when you go to bed tonight, you lay your head down and you lay your weary head to rest. As my mother said in a presentation I did some days ago, rest, Keith. And I said, yes, Mom, rest. Stop thinking. Stop trying to meditate. Stop trying to pray. Fall, fall, fall. Call, call, call. Surrender, surrender, surrender. And you will feel nothing but tender, and it will rejuvenate your soul.
She turned to me and told me life was not too easy unless you can let go. I lay surprised at the simpleness of her soul. Wasting away in a sea of uncertainty, she had stayed with me for days. I needed love in so many different ways. And as I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me. Never leave. Never leave. Angel of love, will you always be with me so I can let go? Reveal to me the beauty of your soul. I turned away, her light was so blinding, the energy of her love. She said goodbye and turned into a dove. As I watched, she floated through the room. And as I cried, she was there to dry them too. Hold me and don't let go. Hold me. Never leave. as you can let go. Reveal to me the beauty of your soul.
Welcome back to Center of Light Foundation. Ooh, I just took a hit of water and I choked on my own water. Om Sri Saram Gurudev Datta. Flip the God switch. Before I go in this closing segment, I'd like to share with you something that I created, I think it was last night, when I come out of meditation. But before I do that, I want to read you something by the same sainted man I read a little bit ago, but this represents where I am at in my awakening. And I love journaling or logging my life that it may benefit someone else. And if you have something great for me, I always invite it. I sop you up like a biscuit and some gravy. I love seeing what people are doing that I can use for myself for my growth. So from this sainted being that describes tonight's presentation of an intention beyond what we know intention is, to the level of why the utterance of the word or the understanding of the dictionary of what the word intention. I'm speaking about something that's beyond the word entirely. An intention, a willingness, or something, whatever that may be. Self-realized souls, the Johnnies. Mind is only known to the Johnny. Must be the Johnny one itself. That's some translation I understand. However, peace of mind which permeates the saint's atmosphere is only means by which the seeker understands the greatness of the saint. For example, using my life as a model, myself with Swamiji, you with Jesus, you with Buddha, whoever. This is the idea. His words or actions and appearances are no indication of his greatness, for they are ordinarily beyond the comprehension of common people. This is the something I created last night about where I am at. Take it how you need it, discard what you don't need, receive the amaranth, the nectar, the milk, the honey, whatever it is, anything I offer. Again, I truly, and I'm sincere, not serious, but sincere. Send me the milestones in your life. You should be patting yourself on the back as well as kicking yourself in the seat. Samadhi, dying unto God. Dying unto God is the act of surrendering oneself entirely to the divine and relinquishing control over one's life to the divine will. We do believe in God, don't we? Well, how much? Until it gets to the point of fear, and that's where the sever is. We believe in God only to a degree. We believe mostly in the existence of it, but when we get to the push comes to shove it edge, there's that wedge. It stops there. Deliberately and immediately. Relinquishing control over one's life to the divine will. Dying unto God is a deeply transformative experience that can have a profound impact on a person's spiritual journey. Remember what I said earlier. Enlightenment can happen now or over the course of many lives. At its core, dying unto God involves letting go of... there we go. At its core, dying unto God involves letting go of the ego. The ego has a purpose, but let's just use it in a contemporary spiritual context. Dying unto God involves letting go of the ego and acknowledging that one's life is not entirely within their control. In fact, it's not really in your control at all. It requires a willingness to let go of attachments to the material world and to trust in the divine plan. For many people, this can be a difficult process as it requires a significant shift in the mindset and a willingness to relinquish that very control. Dying unto God is not a one-time event. That is why it is so grief-stricken and ridden, because it's permanent, like with the death of a loved one. It's gone. It's gone. Dying unto God is not a one-time event, but rather a continual process of surrender and letting go. It requires a daily, this is me patting myself on my back. And you should do this for yourself, but this is my turn, at least right now. Learn from this, do this for yourself. I do this 4 to 5 hours a day, every day. It's my way. Maybe you can do that in your garden, playing an instrument, drawing. Whatever it is that you do, go in there to the level beyond all mistakes that you can possibly make, have made, or will ever make. For goodness sake. This is the level of playing in the arena of God that I'm referring to. Dying unto God is not a one-time event, but rather a continued process of surrendering and letting go. It requires a daily commitment to living in alignment. Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta. Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta. Dear Lord Jesus Christ, dear Lord Buddha, dear Lord, dear whatever that can mean anything at all, this kind of fervor in alignment with one's faith and a willingness to let go of attachments and desires that are not in alignment with God's will. This process of dying unto God is a journey that requires patience. And the more patience we have, ironically, is what hastens its arrival. To have patience, perseverance, and a deep faith in the divine. One of the key benefits of dying unto God is that it can bring a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. As to why I said earlier, for those who have been repeat offenders of Center of Light Foundation, these presentations I do, there's a different posture about me. I cry a lot. I have a lot of joy in me. Dear Lord, I hope I infect the living shit out of you. And you do me. One of the key benefits of dying unto God is that it can bring a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. When we let go of our own desires and trust in God's plan, we no longer feel the pressure, oh my dear Lord, the pressure to constantly strive and achieve that goal, that Mount McKinley or Mount Everest that we can never reach. Some people do, and those some people who climb Mount Everest and reach this peak, those people are Jesus and Buddha, metaphorically of the like. But here we are as people on earth trying to champion a mountain and brave a wilderness that seems impossible, and we've become lethargic. One of the key benefits of dying unto God is that it can bring a deep sense of peace and fulfillment. When we let go of our own desires and trust in God's plan, we no longer need to feel that pressure to constantly strive and achieve. Instead, we can focus on being present. When you're in that state of samadhi under your covers, don't sit and do something different than you've always done. If you've never been under your covers over your head and leave enough crack in the blanket to where you can have some oxygen so you don't asphyxiate, change your routine. It's about being turned inside out. Another benefit of dying unto God is that it can help us overcome fears and anxieties. Instead, we can focus on being present in the moment and live a life that is aligned with our spiritual values that can lead us to a sense of contentment, oh dear Lord, I feel, and beyond that, and a deep sense of purpose, as I said earlier. When this begins to ignite and activate in you, you will no longer have a choice but to fulfill your divine purpose for your consummation with Spirit, your final phase of graduation. When you trust in the divine, you will no longer need or feel to control every aspect of your life. Dying unto God is a powerful spiritual practice that can have a profound impact on your life. It requires a willingness to let go of your own desire and trust in the fulfillment in the Supreme One and its purpose. While it's not always an easy journey, the rewards are immeasurable, and the benefits can last eternally. Om Sri Sai Ram Guru Deva Datta. And in closing, Center of Light Foundation's mission statement, mantra. Though it may sound like I'm coming from Keats' point of view, this is as if you are reciting this to yourself. Center of Light mission statement, mantra. I am a soul of divine light beyond time and space. I am a soul of divine light here on this planet to use my God-given abilities for peace and unity as an anchor for the prophecy of heaven on earth. I am that which is and will always ways be. My intent, tonight's presentation has been about intent. My intent is to be conscious every moment, placing my feet on the path toward the kingdom of a divine birth. It is the birthright that I now claim. Where I am from your point of view, there is no blame, shame, nor game. I am the sole provider of my infinite experience. No person, place, or thing can affect me in my essence, for I am invincible. My will, now that I'm unified with the divine will, my will is to forever move inward, upward, forward, toward the great central sun, S-U-N-S-O-N. I am that sun, S-U-N-S-O-N, daughter. And because I give warmth and light to everything, I can never die. I am eternal. My divine principal parent is calling me homeward, and I must go. As I have patiently and powerfully taken steps for eons, I now find myself standing at the garden gate. And with every breath I take, I cross the threshold into the kingdom of forever. At last I am at peace, for I am a child of the infinite light of God, and so it is. Amen. Dear Lord, take what you know as your way deeper. Throw it away. It served you for many years. Blood, sweat, and tears. Blood, sweat, and years. You had lots of beers. Look at it one last time. Make love to it passionately. And in your passionately making love to it, and as you come together with it, something else will be birthed through this consummation. Is you make love to it, say goodbye to it, praise it, and you put it on your accolade award shelf. And as you're doing that, you ask intentfully and willing to lose everything to find all of it. The answer will show up immediately. I do it in the form of Om Sri Saram Guru Devadatta for many hours every day. I make love to God, sexual, hot, passionate, divine love to God, that I get so lost in this space that what I know as me has left this place. And I'm very sincere. For me, I don't ever want to leave. But I know I have something to do. Work to do is duty. Doing your work is obligation. It's dharma, it's purpose. Take your purpose back. This is not just pseudo-spiritual nonsense. I'm asking you to fall inside of yourself in such a way that you never come back. You will come back. You may not. But that's the intention, is to never return. Or at least return as you were. And as you are, I love you.